So we're back with some more Rematch, and I'm going to go over the new update. Originally, they said it was going to come out on the 18th, tentatively, which means that's not fixed. Officially, it came out today, so any of you guys who kept up with that post from a few days ago, this will just be me going over that. If you do not know what's in the update, I will talk to you guys about some of it. So, biggest changes so far is there's been tackle improvements. There's been a lot of network resolution and rollbacks on tackles, fixed an issue in where sometimes a player preparing a shot cannot be tackled. So sometimes when you used to shoot, people couldn't tackle you. I'm sure a lot of you guys might be familiar with that. I know they also fixed achievements. Um, you will have to level up one more time to get your achievements, especially if you're about to platinum this game on PlayStation like I was about to. Then there's also been goalkeeper improvements. So they fixed like every time the goalkeeper is supposed to catch a ball, like when it hits your hands and it just goes into net, or your character just like drops to the ground and the ball goes right past you, or someone hits it right next to your feet. All of those have been addressed. I've seen this game perform very cleanly the last few games I've played. I've seen one issue of someone hitting the ball like right next to the goalie if the goalie was center, and he didn't get it. But I think it's just because he didn't prompt defense stance in time. For the most part, goalie has been looking really clean lately, so I'm sure a lot of goalkeepers will be happy about a lot of the BS no longer affecting them. With that being said, um, invulnerable goalkeepers can no longer be tackled when doing an action moving them outside of the keeper area. I think you guys might have noticed that where you guys like temporarily drop the ball and then goes zips back up to your hands. I think that's what they're talking about and it's been addressed. I used to be able to be tackled during that time even if my timer was more than half, so that's kind of a big deal too. They added procedural animation so that the goalkeeper will now visibly move their arms to catch the ball. They reworked the ball touch. The ball touch is a visual system that animates the ball when in possession. This allows ball possession to be more clear but doesn't impact gameplay since in possession the ball doesn't have a hurt box. They mentioned something about fixing the epi, and I think that's what they were talking about. That might be in another update. You can still do the epi, but I don't think it's glitched anymore. I think if you perform the epi, someone's going to get tackled off of it. So that's pretty cool as long as you can aim it. If you were one of those people complaining about it, a good way to take care of it, honestly, is just holding defense stance like this. Wait till someone gets their epi and then just kick the ball away from them. But sometimes the aim assist of your tackles would mess that up. That's kind of why I've been talking to my friends about them having to clean that up a little bit. Not necessarily remove the epi slide, but they can honestly just make it so that weird aim assistance mumbo jumbo doesn't happen when you do an epi. With that being said, let's continue onward to see if there's anything more important here. Fixed an issue when the defense mode deflect animation would cancel itself prematurely than when moving. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big deal. Fixed static ball not being controllable, which is also nice. A bunch of animation improvements. I think there's been a lot of netcode fixes as well. Reduced speed of walking animation. So I don't know if that just means you walk slower. I didn't actually really mess around with that. Maybe you just walk slower. Fixed a crash that could happen after replay. They fixed the what is it? The rematch button because I guess it doesn't always work or it wasn't working originally. These are some minor fixes, so that was mostly all the big stuff. Um, Taking a second look here just to make sure that I didn't miss anything too important for you guys. Reduce cam shaking intensity on ball still success. I have that off, so I'm not really worried about it. But the game performs a lot cleaner. I would encourage a lot of you guys to just try playing it, see how you feel about it. I feel like it feels pretty sweet, pretty clean. I'll go over some minor things if I think they're a big deal. They fixed multiple issues in tutorials and workshops. Oh, I don't know where this is. It's somewhere in here buried. I'm trying to scroll through my phone. But I heard something about them fixing the spectator mode so you can, like, I think, don't quote me on this, I think you can look from a character's perspective now in spectator mode. Or that's something they're bringing. You can look on their website because there is a bunch of stuff, and I am really just trying to look for what's important because most of this other stuff is minor. They fixed the issue where you could walk in the air sometimes. Some random goal celebrations after you score, like cartwheeling outside of the map. Not super important. I think that's kind of it. There's some menu adjustments, some... Oh, actually, here's a few major fixes. They fix the items in the store, so store fix the item tier backgrounds, fix the bundle, thumbnails display, player profile, fix the XP gauge display. I don't actually know what was wrong with that originally. Pretty sure they fixed that forever ago. And then the rest is just some miscellaneous and art stuff. So if you guys want to go on their website, just rematch.com, you can look at the smaller stuff I didn't mention. I mentioned a bunch of small stuff that I don't think is important. But there's your major fixes for you. There's some cool things. I do want to talk about some things is that they do address like volleys and stuff. Originally, I know we all know the volleys are a little messed up, but they explained on their website that there are targets that show up. So let me give you an example. That little blue dot, in a sense, is a target. It's anywhere the ball is moving to in a future point. And wherever you technically prompt that ball is where your body's going to teleport. So let's say, for example, let's just say the dot is one of the future spots, right? So let's say the marker's right here, right? And you prompt your header, right? And let's say someone's behind you, because this might be a good example. Or let's say I'm standing here, someone's on this dot, and you're trying to cut the lane and prompt the header so you can get it before him. If you prompt it right here, and then you run up and cut off the lane, it says that you basically, like, your body moves to the spot that you prompt the ball at. So if you want to beat him to the ball, you have to wait to prompt until the lane is officially cut. Because if he prompts it right there, he's going to beat you, even if you prompt it first and then you run in front of him or something. So try to pay attention to how often you're actually prompting the ball and where it's at. Especially now that it's, like, fixed, you really want to make sure you're doing that in a correct spot. And I heard, I don't know if this is going to be in this update, but I heard that the ball gets a bit of a boost when you use extra effort and you kick it. I think that's going to be patched. I don't know if they already addressed it. I think they said that in their Rematch website, but I still feel like the ball is being kicked at a really fast pace after extra effort. So we'll see if they actually do anything about that or not, but there's all your news for today. Thank you guys for checking out the video.